Hello, everyone. It's been a long while since I've been live, and I came in to talk today about something that I feel really passionate about and wanted to share with y'all. People talk about forgiveness all the time. Um, I forgive you, forgive me, but more so like a word without understanding what it truly means. And forgiveness is one of our greatest allies. Basically, what I came in to talk to you today is about what true forgiveness looks like. And what it is more of letting go of things that happen to us, more than just saying, I forgive you, and hoping that that takes care of it. Basically, when you have something from your past come into you and your mind starts getting anxious thinking about something from the past, well, that's just you beating yourself up over this past thing that happened to you. And you have to ask yourself, can I change that thing from my past? If it's something that you can change by speaking with someone, great. But if it's something that you aren't brave enough to, or you just literally cannot change it, then what you need to do is let it go. It doesn't mean that even with forgiveness, it doesn't even mean you truly forgive it. It's an acceptance that you cannot change the situation, okay? But that you can approach future situations with better knowledge that you've gained from the things that have happened to you in your past. So, um, at first, your brain's going to say, "Well, I can't forgive this certain thing because it was just way too big. I can't forgive it." But forgiveness doesn't have bounds or boundaries. You can let it go. And so when you find yourself, being challenged by your brain going over this hurt or something that happened to you again and again and again, just say, whoa, and take a time out and say, I've already forgiven this and I've let it go. And I'm not going to dwell on this situation today. I'm not going to dwell on it in this moment. And I've set it aside. I'm done with it. And move on in the moment. And the more that you do that, the easier it will get. And you can start out with small things, and you'll soon realize that everything is forgivable. Um, you know, Nobody's perfect, and you can sit there beating yourself up all day about trying to be perfect and be the best person that you can be, and all of those things. But at the end of the day, we're far from perfect, and we're going to make mistakes, and other people are going to make mistakes against us, and we can't control what others are going to do to us, say to us, you know, uh, in the moment or later on. People are just going to do some straight up mean things to us, and there's not much that we can do about that. But how we handle it and how we move on in our life, that's what really matters, is being able to move on and be free from all of the burden of those things that happen to us so that we can move on and lead happy, healthy, and and I don't know, just happy and healthy lives moving forward. So I wanted to share that with people because I see so many people that are walking around, they're struggling with something that happened to them when they were a kid, or a relationship that isn't working out and that kind of thing, and it eats at them, and they let that past ruin their new relationships or whatever they're going for. You know, uh, there's so many examples I could throw out there, but we all have something that's been eating at us that we just wish we could change, and we can't. You can't go back. We don't have a time machine, and even if you did, you couldn't interrupt that situation and fix it. So, what I'm telling you to do is accept that the thing has happened to you. Okay? That doesn't mean that you like it or have to accept it in a way to where you have to say, well, it's okay that it happened. It doesn't have to be okay. It never has to be okay. But what it is that you say, okay, it did happen. And it happened to me, it happened to my loved one or whatever. But I can't change it. And I can let it go of all that pain. And the next time it pops in my head, I can say, I've forgiven this and I'm moving on. Again, that doesn't mean you have to even tell the person you're forgiving. If there's a person involved, that you forgive them. You can, if that makes you feel better. But forgiveness is more about letting go so that you can move on in your day and not be stuck with negative fears and and issues that eat at you all the time, so that you can move on and have a productive life and be happier. And the more that you're happy, the more that people around you see that you're happy, the better off you'll be, period. So I just wanted to share that with you, stars. I think it's really important nowadays because, I see so many people held down by old baggage and things that are just eating them up. And not understanding forgiveness is a big, huge part of it. That we live by these sayings like, "It's too big to let go," or "I could never let that go," and telling ourselves that mentally. But we need to change that in our mind to say, yeah, I can let it go. Not only can I let it go, I don't have to let it affect me anymore. I don't have to let it bother me anymore. And you'll find that at first it won't be easy, but once you grasp it, once you really get it, you're going to be a lot better throughout your day, throughout your week, and things are going to get easier. Things will roll off your chest easier. When things come your way, you'll be able to move on from them more quickly. When you have grief, you'll be able to move on from that. If you have a bad relationship, boom, you'll let it go a lot faster and be able to move on to your next relationship, your next situation a lot better. So I hope that this reaches and helps people. Hi, uh, hip chick. I saw your message and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you being here. And I think that people really do need to hear this because so many people just don't understand it. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short and end this video. But yeah, please, if you know somebody that's struggling with forgiveness or struggling with a situation or having a hard time letting it go and just can't grasp that, maybe this will help them. You can share it. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. And you're welcome, Eric, and anybody else that watches this. Peace.